Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the life you desire. See it. Feel it. Let it become real in your mind. Now, I want you to understand something profound. What you just imagined is not a fantasy. It is a preview of your future, waiting for you to claim it. Right now, you may feel like you're walking through a storm, like your prayers have gone unanswered, like your dreams are slipping away. But let me tell you the truth. The moment you feel like giving up is the moment right before everything changes. Your miracle is already on its way. Everything you experience in life begins first in the mind. The thoughts you hold, the images you entertain, and the emotions you attach to them shape the reality you live in. Your imagination is not just a place for idle daydreams. It is the creative force that molds your future. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, and every transformation in the world started in the mind of someone who dared to see beyond their present circumstances. Before anything exists in the physical world, it must first exist in the unseen realm of thought and belief. Most people believe that reality is something fixed, something that happens to them, but that is far from the truth. Reality is fluid, shaped and molded by the dominant thoughts and beliefs you carry within. When you consistently think in terms of lack, limitation, and failure, you unknowingly invite those very experiences into your life. But when you shift your focus to abundance, possibility, and success, your world begins to reflect that shift. Your imagination is the key to unlocking the life you desire, because it allows you to see beyond your current conditions and into the infinite realm of what could be. The reason imagination is so powerful is that the mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you close your eyes and truly feel the experience of having what you desire, whether it's success, love, health, or joy, your subconscious mind accepts it as truth. It begins to work in ways you may not even recognize, guiding you toward the very circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with that vision. It is not magic, it is the natural law of creation. Whatever you impress upon your subconscious with emotion and repetition will manifest itself in your external world. Look around at your life right now. Everything you see, the job you have, the relationships you maintain, the way you feel about yourself, are all reflections of past thoughts and assumptions. If you want something different, you must begin by changing what you imagine and believe to be possible. You cannot expect a new reality while holding on to old thoughts of doubt and limitation. The world outside is merely a mirror, reflecting the images you have consistently held in your mind. The moment you take control of your imagination, you take control of your destiny. Many people underestimate the power they hold within because they have been conditioned to believe only in what they can see with their physical eyes. But everything you see was once invisible. The greatest inventions, the tallest buildings, the most inspiring works of art, all of them began as a thought in someone's mind before they became tangible. If those visionaries had doubted their imaginations, their creations would have never come to life. The same principle applies to you. If you can conceive it, if you can feel it as real, then you have already set the wheels in motion for its manifestation. Doubt is the greatest enemy of imagination. The moment you allow doubt to enter, you weaken your creative power. The world may present you with evidence that contradicts your vision, but you must not waver. The outer world always lags behind the inner world. Just because you do not yet see the results does not mean they are not forming. The seed does not sprout the moment it is planted, but the growth is happening beneath the surface. The same is true for the visions you hold in your mind. They are taking shape in unseen ways, waiting for the right time to emerge. The secret to using your imagination effectively is to dwell in the feeling of your desire being already fulfilled. It is not enough to wish for something. You must experience it in your mind with such clarity and conviction that it feels undeniable. See yourself in the reality you desire. Hear the words of success being spoken to you. Feel the joy of already having what you seek. Let it become so real in your imagination that the world has no choice but to conform to your belief. The stronger and more consistent this inner experience is, the sooner it will crystallize into form. Your imagination is not a weakness. It is your greatest strength. It is the tool given to you to shape your life according to your highest vision. If you can discipline your mind to focus on what you want rather than what you fear, if you can persist in seeing the reality you wish to create despite any current circumstances, then nothing will be impossible for you. The situation you find yourself in today is not a life sentence. It is merely a reflection of past thoughts, beliefs, and actions that have led you to this moment. But just as the seasons change, so too can your reality. Nothing in this world remains the same forever. The challenges you face, the setbacks you endure, and the struggles that seem insurmountable are only temporary. They do not define you, nor do they have the power to dictate your future unless you allow them to. The mistake many people make is believing that what they see now is all that will ever be. But life is always in motion, constantly shifting and evolving. Circumstances are like waves on the ocean, rising and falling, coming and going. What seems overwhelming today can be nothing more than a memory tomorrow. If you are facing financial hardship, heartbreak, or disappointment, know that these experiences are not permanent conditions, but passing phases. The only thing that remains unchanged is your ability to decide what comes next. The power to transform your reality lies within you, in your willingness to see beyond your present limitations and into the realm of new possibilities. Far too often, people allow their current struggles to shape their identity. They say, "I am broke," "I am unlucky," or "I am stuck," not realizing that these words are affirmations that reinforce their circumstances. What you declare about your life has the power to hold you in place or propel you forward. If you continue to speak and believe in your limitations, they will persist. But if you begin to see your challenges as temporary obstacles rather than permanent barriers, you will open the door to transformation. Your mind is the first battlefield, and the way you perceive your circumstances determines whether you remain where you are or rise above. The external world may seem unchangeable, but it is merely a projection of what has already been set in motion internally. If you want to alter your life, you must first alter the way you think about it. Instead of focusing on lack, focus on potential. Instead of dwelling on failures, fix your eyes on lessons and opportunities. Your circumstances begin to shift the moment you shift your perspective. What once appeared as an impossible situation can suddenly reveal a path forward simply because you chose to see it differently. The greatest mistake is to accept limitations as facts rather than temporary experiences. History is filled with stories of individuals who faced unimaginable hardships yet refused to let those hardships define them. They understood that no matter how dire the situation appeared, they had the ability to rise above it. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not luck, intelligence, or external support. It is the unwavering belief that their current circumstances are not the end of their story. The same truth applies to you. No matter where you are right now, there is always a way forward if you refuse to settle. Many people allow circumstances to dictate their actions rather than using their actions to dictate their circumstances. They wait for change to come before they believe in it. But that is not how transformation works. The shift must happen within first. You must decide right now that what you are experiencing is temporary. You must reject the idea that your present difficulties will last forever. When you begin to act in alignment with a new reality, your world starts to reshape itself. The unseen forces of life respond to those who move with confidence and certainty, even when there is no visible proof. When you cling to the belief that your situation is permanent, you unknowingly chain yourself to it. You become a prisoner of your own perspective, reinforcing the very conditions you wish to escape. But the moment you recognize that your life is fluid, that nothing is set in stone, you regain your freedom. The weight of your struggles begins to lift because you no longer see them as permanent burdens, but as stepping stones to something greater. The more you embrace change as inevitable, the faster your circumstances will begin to shift in your favor. You are not meant to remain in struggle forever. You are not meant to live in disappointment or regret. Life is always offering new opportunities, new chances, and new beginnings, but it is up to you to seize them. The moment you decide that your current situation does not define you, the moment you step into the belief that something greater is waiting for you, life will begin to reflect that belief back to you. Fear is the greatest thief of destiny, stealing dreams before they have a chance to manifest. It whispers doubt into your mind, convincing you that you are not strong enough, not worthy enough, not capable enough to achieve what your heart desires. Fear thrives on uncertainty, magnifying obstacles and making them appear insurmountable. It keeps you trapped in a cycle of hesitation, preventing you from stepping into the unknown where your greatest blessings await. But fear is an illusion, a shadow with no real power except the power you give it. The only force strong enough to overcome it is faith. Faith in yourself. Faith in the infinite possibilities that exist beyond your current limitations. Faith is not blind hope, it is a knowing, a deep and unshakable trust that what you seek is already on its way to you. Faith does not need physical evidence to believe. It sees beyond appearances, beyond temporary struggles, beyond the noise of doubt. It allows you to walk forward even when the path is unclear, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Faith speaks louder than fear, declaring that you are more than your circumstances, that you are capable of achieving what your heart longs for, that there is a greater plan unfolding even when you cannot yet see it. Fear will always try to control your mind, presenting worst-case scenarios and endless what-ifs. It will remind you of past failures, amplify your insecurities, and make you question whether your dreams are even possible. But faith silences fear by shifting your focus from doubt to certainty. When you choose to believe that you are divinely guided, that the universe is working in your favor, that nothing is impossible when you stand firm in conviction, fear begins to lose its grip. You no longer allow it to dictate your choices because you understand that the only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is the courage to trust. Most people let fear determine their actions. They hesitate, procrastinate, and shrink back at the first sign of difficulty. But faith moves boldly. It does not wait for perfect conditions or visible proof. It acts as if the victory is already won. The moment you embrace faith over fear, you activate a power greater than anything the world can throw at you. Doors begin to open, solutions appear, and unexpected opportunities come into your life because you are no longer operating from a place of doubt, but from a place of certainty. Fear is reactive. It keeps you stuck, always looking for reasons to delay or retreat. Faith is proactive. It moves forward, trusting that every step is leading to something greater. The choice between the two is what separates those who merely wish for a better life from those who actually create one. Every great achievement, every success story, every moment of transformation begins with a person who chose faith despite fear. They felt the fear, but they did not let it stop them. They walked forward even when everything around them suggested they should turn back. Fear will always disguise itself as logic, as caution, as self-protection. It will tell you that waiting is safer, that risk is dangerous, that uncertainty means failure. But the truth is, staying where you are is the biggest risk of all. Living in fear guarantees that nothing will change, that you will remain stuck in the same patterns, the same struggles, the same limitations. Faith, on the other hand, invites growth. It pushes you to step into the unknown, to trust that what you desire is already making its way toward you, and that you have everything within you to receive it. The battle between faith and fear is one that takes place in the mind every single day. You will be faced with choices. Do you listen to the voice of fear that tells you to hold back, or do you listen to the voice of faith that tells you to step forward? Every time you choose faith, you strengthen your ability to trust in the unseen. Every time you act as if your dreams are inevitable, you bring them closer to reality. The more you cultivate faith, the weaker fear becomes, until one day it no longer controls you. Faith is not about having all the answers. It is about knowing that you do not need all the answers to move forward. It is about trusting that the path will unfold as you walk it, that the right people and opportunities will appear at the right time, that everything is working for your highest good even when it doesn't seem like it. Fear will always try to convince you otherwise, but when you choose faith, you reclaim your power. The difference between those who succeed and those who fall short is not intelligence, luck, or talent. It is persistence. The ability to keep going despite obstacles, failures, and setbacks is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up too soon. Many people start strong, filled with excitement and motivation, but the moment they encounter difficulty, they begin to doubt, hesitate, and retreat. They allow temporary failures to convince them that their dreams are out of reach, when in reality, those challenges were never meant to stop them but to test their resolve. Nothing truly great has ever been achieved without persistence. Every struggle, every roadblock, every delay is an opportunity to prove how much you truly want what you are pursuing. The world does not hand out success freely. It rewards those who refuse to quit. Too often, people walk away from their goals right before a breakthrough. They convince themselves that it was not meant to be simply because it did not happen on their timeline. But success does not operate on convenience. It comes to those who are willing to endure, to push through discouragement, to keep believing, even when nothing seems to be working in their favor. The greatest mistake you can make is to measure progress by immediate results. Growth is not always visible in the beginning. A seed planted beneath the soil does not sprout overnight, but that does not mean it is not growing. The same is true for your efforts. Just because you do not see instant success does not mean your work is in vain. Every action, every attempt, every failure is adding to the foundation of your future success. The only way to fail is to stop trying. Those who keep going, who refuse to be defeated by delays or disappointments, eventually reach the finish line. The road to success is filled with obstacles, but they are not there to stop you, they are there to prepare you. Challenges build resilience, setbacks teach lessons, and failures refine your skills. Each difficulty you face is shaping you into the person you need to become in order to handle the success that awaits you. If success came easily, everyone would have it, but it is only for those who prove they are willing to persist through difficulties, to adapt when necessary, and to never lose sight of their vision, no matter how far away it seems. Many people believe that talent is the key to success, but talent without persistence is meaningless. The world is full of gifted individuals who never reached their potential because they lacked the determination to keep going when things got tough. On the other hand, history is filled with stories of ordinary people who achieved extraordinary things simply because they refused to give up. They did not have all the answers, they did not always have the perfect plan, but they had the willpower to keep moving forward, even when progress seemed slow. That determination is what made the difference. Persistence is not about ignoring failure, it is about learning from it. Every setback carries a lesson, every disappointment reveals an opportunity for growth. Those who succeed do not avoid failure, they use it as fuel. They take what they have learned and apply it, making adjustments, improving their approach, and refusing to let one failure define their journey. The only people who never fail are those who never try, and in avoiding failure, they also avoid success. The willingness to keep going, to push through the moments of doubt and frustration, is what ensures eventual victory. The mind will always try to convince you to take the easy way out, to quit when the road becomes difficult. It will tell you that your dreams are unrealistic, that the effort is not worth it, that you are wasting your time. But the truth is, persistence is the price of greatness. Every time you push forward despite the doubt, you strengthen your belief in yourself. Every time you refuse to quit, you train your mind to overcome obstacles rather than surrender to them. Persistence is not just about achieving external success. It is about building the inner strength to withstand any challenge life throws your way. Those who persist are the ones who change the world, who rise above mediocrity, who turn impossible dreams into reality. It is not the person who is the fastest, the smartest, or the most talented who wins. It is the one who simply refuses to stop. The ability to keep going when everything inside you wants to quit is what leads to victory. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Those who understand this truth, who embrace persistence as a way of life, are the ones who ultimately achieve what others only dream about. When you desire something deeply, the most powerful way to bring it into your life is to live as if it is already done. This is not about mere wishing or hoping. It is about embodying the mindset, emotions, and actions of the person who has already received what they seek. Too often, people wait for external circumstances to change before they adjust their mindset, but the truth is, reality follows belief. If you carry yourself as if your dreams are already fulfilled, if you think, feel, and act as if you are already in possession of what you desire, you begin to align yourself with the very outcome you wish to manifest. Doubt is the greatest barrier to manifestation. When you live in a state of uncertainty, constantly questioning whether something will happen, you create resistance that slows down its arrival. But when you adopt the certainty that it is already yours, when you let go of fear and hesitation, you create an environment where your desires can materialize effortlessly. The key is to remove the gap between where you are and where you want to be by stepping into the reality of your fulfilled vision now. The more you assume the role of the person who already has what they want, the more you attract the circumstances necessary to make it a tangible experience. Your emotions play a crucial role in shaping your reality. Many people think they must wait until they achieve something to feel the emotions associated with success, happiness, or abundance. But the reverse is true. By feeling the joy, confidence, and gratitude now, you draw those experiences to you. If you want to be successful, feel successful before the results appear. If you want to experience love, feel loved within yourself before someone else confirms it. If you want financial abundance, carry the mindset of someone who is already wealthy, not in arrogance, but in a deep knowing that prosperity is already yours. The world responds to the energy you project. If you constantly dwell in lack, frustration, or impatience, you reinforce a state of not having. But when you shift into a state of having, when you operate from a place of fulfillment, life begins to reflect that back to you. This is not about pretending or faking. It is about truly believing in the reality of your desires so completely that your thoughts, words, and actions naturally align with them. Just as an actor steps into a role so convincingly that they become the character, you must step into the role of your future self, until it is no longer something you are trying to become, but something you already are. Living as if it is already done means trusting beyond logic, beyond evidence, beyond what the physical world is currently showing you. It means walking in faith, acting in confidence, and expecting results without needing reassurance. This is where many people struggle, because they look to external circumstances to validate their beliefs instead of understanding that belief itself is the foundation of change. When you stop waiting for proof and start moving with unwavering certainty, you accelerate the process of turning your dreams into reality. Your actions must align with your belief. If you say you believe something is already yours, yet your behavior contradicts that belief, you create internal conflict. Someone who knows they are destined for success does not hesitate to take bold steps. Someone who believes in their worth does not settle for less than they deserve. Someone who is confident in their vision does not entertain self-doubt. By making choices that align with your desired reality, you affirm its existence and bring it closer to you. Every action you take from a place of certainty moves you further away from doubt and deeper into manifestation. It is not enough to think about what you want, you must embody it fully. Speak as if you already have it. Carry yourself with the energy of someone who possesses it, and allow your mind to dwell in the feeling of already having received it. This is not delusion, this is creation. Everything that exists in the physical world was once an idea, a belief, a vision in someone's mind before it became reality. You must hold onto your vision so firmly that the world has no choice but to conform to it. When you stop seeing your desires as distant possibilities and start treating them as present realities, the universe begins to respond in kind. The moment you fully commit to this way of thinking, you will see how effortlessly things begin to unfold. Opportunities arise where there were none before, people enter your life who align with your vision, and circumstances shift in ways you could not have predicted. This is not magic, it is the natural result of living in harmony with your desires. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the belief that they are separate from you. When you erase that separation and live as if it is already done, you will witness the power of your mind to shape your reality. The moment you decide to claim your miracle with confidence, you step into a reality where nothing is impossible. Too many people live their lives waiting, hoping, and wishing for change, but they never take ownership of the blessings that are already prepared for them. They hesitate, allowing doubt and fear to cloud their vision, believing that miracles are reserved for the fortunate few. But miracles are not something you beg for, they are something you claim with absolute certainty. The universe responds to those who boldly declare what is rightfully theirs, those who refuse to waver in the face of temporary obstacles, and those who walk in the knowing that their breakthrough is not a matter of chance, but of unwavering faith. Doubt is the enemy of manifestation. The moment you question whether your miracle will come, you place unnecessary barriers in your own path. You cannot hold both belief and uncertainty in your heart and expect to receive what you desire. The key to claiming your miracle is to stand firm in the conviction that it is already done. There must be no hesitation, no second guessing, no looking around for external validation. You must plant your feet in the soil of certainty, knowing that what you seek is not only possible, but inevitable. When you carry this level of confidence, life begins to rearrange itself in ways you never imagined to bring your miracle into existence. Your words have power, and the way you speak about your miracle determines how quickly it will come to pass. Too often, people sabotage their blessings by speaking from a place of lack and frustration rather than expectation and gratitude. They say things like, "I hope this happens," or "maybe one day," as if they are unsure of their own ability to receive. But someone who truly believes does not speak in uncertainty. They declare, "It is already mine, and I am walking in my breakthrough." They speak life into their circumstances rather than reinforcing what they do not yet see. The more you affirm your miracle, the faster you align yourself with its reality. Fear will try to convince you that you are not worthy, that you are asking for too much, that you should lower your expectations. It will whisper that you are not ready, that things will never change, that miracles are distant and rare. But fear is a liar, and the only way to silence it is through bold action. When you operate from a place of confidence, when you take steps as if your miracle has already arrived, you override the voice of fear with undeniable truth. You do not wait for proof before believing. You believe first and the proof follows. This is the difference between those who experience miracles and those who spend their lives waiting for one. There is no need to beg for what is already yours. When you walk into a room and expect a seat at the table, you do not plead for permission to sit. You take your place with confidence. The same applies to your miracle. You do not need to convince the universe to bless you. You simply need to step into the reality that it is already done. Act, think, and move as though your breakthrough has already happened. Because in the unseen realm, it has. The moment you stop seeing your desires as something distant and start treating them as present realities, everything begins to shift in your favor. Patience is not the same as passivity. Claiming your miracle with confidence does not mean you sit back and wait. It means you prepare yourself to receive. Just as an athlete trains before they win a championship, you must align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the outcome you seek. You must remove every ounce of doubt, every lingering insecurity, and every hesitation that suggests your miracle is uncertain, you cannot step into your blessing half-heartedly. You must claim it with the full force of your belief. The more prepared you are, the faster it comes.